So I'm talking to my colleague today at work, right? And we were just having a general conversation about a bunch of different things. And then she was saying that her ex-boyfriend got fired from his job. And we were talking about that, whatever. So we started talking about dumb reasons that people get fired. So, of course, I was telling her about the thing that happened the other day with my brother-in-law getting fired for stealing toner from his job. And she was like, no. You didn't work here when this happened. But there used to be this dude that worked in our very office who got fired over some Girl Scout cookies. Honey, I was like, no, you have got to tell me every single thing. And so she's looking to the left and looking to the right. And she's like, listen, I'm just going to tell you what I know. But I was like, girl, I know. I ain't heard it from you. She's like, yes, exactly. Apparently, first of all, the office has a rule where you're not supposed to bring around, you know how like it used to be the kids would sell wrapping paper and all these different things, fundraisers for the schools. And people would bring them in and, pass it around at the job. And that was a good way to raise a lot of money for the school. Where apparently the company that we both work for decided like, you can't do that. It's not allowed. So this one dude who was in facilities would take the Girl Scout cookie paper. I don't know how they do Girl Scout cookies now, but they used to have those papers that were like fold out. He would take this fold out paper, had pictures of all the Girl Scout cookies and the prices and a place for you to write what you wanted. So she said he would take the Girl Scout cookie paper, the little flyer thing, and put it inside a vanilla envelope. But because he was in facilities, he was walking around all the time. He checking to make sure the light bulbs are working and there's enough paper in the copier. Everybody has pens, whatever, right? So he's walking around. She said, girl, it was like a drug deal. He would walk up to you and slide you this little folder on your desk and be like, wink 'em, blink 'em, and nod. Telling, like, what the understanding was, you would open it up when nobody was looking. You would write in, okay, I want some trefoils. I want some tagalongs. Give me the Thin Mints, right? Ooh, the way I love a frozen Thin Mint. Anyway, so you would write in there what you wanted, and then you would close it back, and then you would slide it to your neighbor. And the next time he passed through, wink him, blink him, and nod again, and you would hand him back the paper. Here's the thing. To pay for the cookies, you would slip, your $5, your $10, your $20 bill, whatever it was, inside of this little envelope. Well, I was downstairs in the facilities department. One day, he had a stack like this of all them Girl Scout papers. Everybody had filled out what they want. I don't know how much money he collected, but he had like a knot, like a big, giant child. That roll of money could have choked a horse. And then what would happen apparently is that, everybody would on the sneak sign up. And then on a Saturday or Sunday, he would come in and pass out all the cookies. It was like the cookie fairy. You know how it is. You sign up for the cookies and a couple months later, some cookies on your desk or whatever. Everything was fine, right? He made a lot of money doing this. Okay, for the Girl Scouts. His little Girl Scout won all the prizes and whatever else. The last time he did it, he went around, same procedure, wink 'em, blink 'em, nod. I give me some Samoas, whatever. But the cookies never showed up. And everybody was like, where are my cookies? Tick-tock, it's trefoil o'clock, right? You want them little chocolate chips. You want the lemon coolers. Sometimes you just need like an emergency Girl Scout cookie. He's like, oh, I got to tell you something. It's a terrible situation, sis. I turned in all the money, but the Girl Scout cookie lady, she didn't turn it in. We think she stole it and paid her rent. I was like, what? And he was like, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get everybody their money back. Well, my colleague and I had only given like a couple little dollars, $5, $10. And I didn't think anything about it. I was like, it was $10 between friends. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to your daughter. That's terrible. Go. So apparently a lot of people around the company were like, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's just a few dollars. It's fine. I feel real bad for your girl, for your little daughter, whatever. And then shortly after that, he was gone from the job. Well, I didn't know why he left. I thought maybe he got a new job and moved on. Y'all, come to find out, he was running a cookie Ponzi scheme. Y'all, I was like, wait. He was taking the money from the Girl Scout cookies, and then he would keep the money for himself. And then when new people would give money, some of the money he would keep for himself, some of the money he would give to the Girl Scout cookie, the organization or whatever. When the Girl Scout cookies got ordered and when the Girl Scout cookies came in, he didn't always necessarily have enough money to pay for all the cookies that everybody had ordered. So then he was buying black market Girl Scout cookies and Girl Scout cookies off of eBay and doing all kinds of madness to get everybody their cookie. Who ever heard of such a thing? And it was all going good, except for he stole more money than he could really cover and make up for with his paycheck. So that's when he came up with the lie that somebody had stole the cookie money. Come to find out, it was him who stole the cookie money. Who is stealing from the Girl Scouts of America? Don't you go straight to hell for stealing from the Girl Scouts? I'm just saying, like, that's not right. That is not right. So I said, well, how did he get fired? She said, girl, he would have got away with it, except for somebody went to his desk looking for something on the day that he was out. Child, found all kinds of cookie crumbs and rolls of money. And he was taking, okay, so if you go to like Aldi or Lidl or one of those stores, they have cookies that are like knockoff Girl Scout cookies. Girl Scout cookies at the time, I think it was like $5 a box, $6 a box, whatever. He is buying the knockoff Lidl and Aldi Girl Scout cookies and mocking up the boxes, with the scissors, cutting pictures. I don't know how he did it, but he was making fake Girl Scout cookie boxes, y'all, and passing out the cookies to people, passing them off to... It was a whole mess. I didn't get all the details, but it was some fake Girl Scout cookies involved, and he was stealing all the money. And then finally, people were like, why do you have all this money? Why do you have all this color printing happening at your desk? You're just supposed to be changing the light bulbs and stuff. And he was apparently drunk, and he broke down and cried and gave up the whole story, so they fired him on the spot. I was like, this story has everything. It has stolen Girl Scout cookies. It has theft. It has a Ponzi scheme. It has alcoholism. Who knew? Right here in the company. He seemed like a perfectly nice man. Look, let me find out he probably didn't even have a daughter. So, the great Girl Scout cookie caper. I had no idea. This man showed up to work every single day. Seemed like a perfectly nice human being to me. I was like, I knew he was gone, but I did not know why he got fired. She was like, girl, I can't believe you didn't know about the Girl Scout cookie ring. A Girl Scout cookie ring. I call it a Ponzi scheme. She called it a cookie ring. You know what it was at the end of the day? A mess. A mess. She also said she had some other stories to tell me. I can hardly wait. I prefer to work from home because, we have the option. You can work from home or you can work from the office. Child, with scalding hot tea like that, I might go work in the office again tomorrow. Look, I'm going to keep an eye out. If I hear more of that good, I'll let you know. In the meantime, shh, you ain't heard none of this from me.